What is up guys, this is the third deck profile for DDDs, and just like the first two deck profiles, it is part of the 5 deck profiles we'll be putting up for DDDs over the next few weeks. And for this particular one, it is much different to the first two deck profiles as well. And I think all the deck profiles will have their own version of play, but of course some of them will be similar. But I will say that this one is definitely very different from the first DDD deck profile and the second one as well. So let's just get started. There's a few different changes. Starting off with monsters, we are still playing 3 copies of Swell Slime. We have increased the copy of Necro Slime to 3 now, instead of 2 from the previous deck profile. We're playing 3 copies of Lamia here, definitely very important. We're still sticking to 3 copies of Kepler, 2 copies of Thomas. So far you guys aren't going to realize too many changes with this particular deck. Of course 3 Ragnarok, 2 Copernicus, 1 Orthros, and again, just like this second deck profile, we are playing 1 copy of Vice Typhon here. But instead of Mare, we are now playing 2 copies of Puppet Master here. So Puppet Master is just a really amazing card. It's a level 6 Fiend Dark type monster, and its effect reads, when this card is tribute summoned, you can pay 2,000 life points to special summon 2 Fiend type monsters from your graveyard. They cannot attack this turn. However, because of this, it actually opens up with a lot of different combos. And of course, if you bring back a Ragnarok, Ragnarok's effect will also trigger off as well. So it doesn't negate the effects of the monsters it brings back, it just prevents them from attacking. So overall, you can just use them to pretty much set up your board as link materials, as synchro materials, whatever you need them for. But Puppet Master is just the new addition here. If you guys are curious, I'm obviously going to be doing a combo video utilizing Puppet Master here. For spells, we're not changing much. We're playing 3 copies of Gate. We're playing the 1 copy of Swamp King. We're playing 2 copies of Called by the Grave. This card's become a lot more important in this particular build because Puppet Master is so easy to stop with hand traps, in which case Called by the Grave, it's quite debatable that you could increase it to a 3rd copy and make this deck 41 cards instead of 40. But it's completely up to you there. We're also playing 3 copies of Allure of Darkness because, again, draw power is always nice, and Puppet Master, we can just get rid of it with the Allure of Darkness as well if we ever have a spare. Foolish Burial, 1-for-1, Monster Reborn, and Raigeki are still great cards as staples, and of course we're playing 2 copies of Desires in this. We don't really mind losing cards again. But of course we end things off with 2 copies of Dark Contract with the Witch. So just a few slight changes, few additions, few subtractions. It's mostly the extra deck that's changing and also how this deck is played out. You can incorporate different combos into it as well. So if you guys like this one, definitely try it out. Alright, so moving on to the extra deck, let's start off with the fusions. We have Flame Hiking Genghis, of course. This card's just a great addition to the deck. Oracle King Diark, and we're obviously playing 2 copies of the original Genghis as well. As you can see, I'm not playing Beowulf anymore. Decided to take that out. You don't really need it. Instead, we're playing a new addition to this deck, and that is Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. And if you guys don't know, this card is a card that will negate cards as well. And if you guys want to know how it actually works with this whole deck, then definitely watch the combo videos, as I'll be using it in my combos. We're still playing 1 copy of Siegfried, of course, and of course there's Alexander. We have Meteor Burst Dragon, we have Crystal Wing Dragon, and no other synchros from there. For Xyz monsters, we are playing 1 copy of Hope Harbinger here, but we are also adding in the addition of Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. Now, Absolute Dragon is the card that pretty much brings out Vortex Dragon here, but it's how we utilize these cards in the combos, and that's pretty much what makes it worth playing these 2 cards. Surprisingly, the extra deck is not too difficult now for DDDs, and you actually have a lot of open space to put in a lot of different cards. Given just the addition of Flame Hiking Genghis allows you to just do so much more with DDDs. Now, to end things off with Link monsters, we're playing Link Karibo, Lanthorincus. You guys can play Wee Witch, you can play Master King Archfiend. It's completely up to you there. We're playing the Summon Sorceress, of course, and we are also adding in the addition of Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. Yes, this is actually very possible given that we have Puppet Master. We can also revive two of the Pendulum monsters we used earlier as perhaps fodder for Swirl Slime's effect. And as a result of that, you can do quite a bit of things here, but Heavy Metal Foes Electromite is really just an extensive play that you can go into here, and it's definitely a really fun thing to go as well, because it also opens up 2 zones as well. So to be honest, you don't even need Lanfarincus in certain cases. You could just play the Electromite, but of course it does require 2 Pendulum monsters, which is much more difficult. If you guys want to see how this actually all works out, then definitely watch my combo videos. Like I said, there are 21 combos, and I can assure you that it's well worth watching that as well. So yeah, it'll be really great there. Pretty much give you the fundamentals of everything, and it can also help you develop your own combos as well, because just the 21 combos I go out with, it isn't restricted to just those 21 combos. You guys can easily get an idea on how to develop your own combos as well, just through understanding how cards work each other. But that's pretty much it for this particular deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed this particular version. Utilizing Puppet Master is definitely really fun. Not as consistent or worthwhile as I guess the first deck profile. That's the one I prefer playing the most, but if you want to have a good blast, you want to have fun, then the second and third deck profiles definitely offer you that kind of I guess variety to the deck. But that's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.